Breaking. Ukrainian forces have entered the very heart of Pokrovsk, reclaiming the central square and raising the national flag above the city hall. The assault pushed Russian troops out of key positions that Moscow previously claimed were under full control, shattering the Kremlin's narrative of a secured victory in the area. The operation marks a significant shift on the Pokrovsk front. Ukrainian assault units, advancing through fierce street combat, managed to retake administrative buildings and establish control over central sectors of the city. For days, Russian sources insisted that Pokrovsk was almost completely liberated. Yet the renewed presence of Ukrainian troops in the city center tells a very different story. Russian propagandists have begun to publicly admit the extent of the disaster. One well-known Z blogger, Arutyunov, confirmed that Russian soldiers featured in the widely circulated video showing a Russian convoy entering Pokrovsk have since been eliminated. He blamed fellow Russian war correspondents for leaking the footage online, which exposed their positions and led to devastating Ukrainian strikes. Because of that idiot who filmed and posted it online, there's now a pile of dead bodies and burned vehicles in that same place, Arutyunov wrote in frustration. This is a drone war, right? Artillery cancelled, MLRS to the museum, mortars into the ravine. But everyone wanted their 5 minutes of fame. His bitter comments reflect the growing disillusionment among Russian bloggers and soldiers facing relentless Ukrainian surveillance and precision strikes. Commenting on the latest developments, Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky said that Ukrainian forces continue to advance systematically. Our main tasks remain the gradual takeover of designated areas, the maintenance and protection of existing logistical routes, as well as the organization of additional ones, to ensure the timely supply of everything our defenders need and the uninterrupted evacuation of the wounded, Syrsky stated. The flag raised again over Pokrovsk symbolizes more than just a tactical success. It's a statement that despite months of Russian offensives, Ukraine's resolve and adaptability on the battlefield remain unbroken. An awesome footage showing the door gunner on a Mi-8 multi-role helicopter with the Ukrainian Air Force using his M134 minigun to shoot down a Russian Shahed 136 attack drone. The Phoenix Regiment of Unmanned Systems, FPV operators, destroyed a quad bike with trailer, a buggy, 5 vehicles, and struck at least 6 Russian troops during recent operations. The Phoenix Regiment of Ukrainian Unmanned Systems has become one of the most feared FPV drone units on the front. Operating in small, mobile teams, its pilots specialize in precision strikes against Russian armor, artillery, and infantry strongpoints. What sets Phoenix apart is their adaptability. They modify and assemble their own FPV drones near the front line, integrating real-time intelligence to hit moving targets within seconds. Their operations combine reconnaissance, jamming resistance, and coordinated swarm attacks that overwhelm enemy defenses. Every mission is recorded, analyzed, and used to improve tactics, turning battlefield experience into innovation. Lyman direction. Special Forces operators cleared enemy positions. Operators of the 8th SOF Regiment cleared enemy positions in the Donetsk region. As a result of special operations, the Special Forces Group eliminated 3 enemy combatants and captured radios and personal documents. The Lyman direction remains a hotspot of grinding, high-intensity combat as Russian forces press repeated assaults on villages and supply routes while Ukrainian defenders hold firm and conduct local counteractions. Attacks have been recorded around Rydkodub, Zarikne, Korovin Yar, and nearby settlements, with dozens of engagements reported in recent days as both sides contest key high ground and observation points that shape control of the sector. The fighting is shaping into methodical, attritional warfare, probing attacks, artillery duels, and limited ground thrusts aimed at seizing terrain for drone observation and logistics advantage. Recent battlefield reporting and general staff updates show offensive activity continues but without confirmed large territorial gains. "I'm glad I surrendered rather than lying dead out there," said the Russian who had just surrendered to Ukrainians near Vovchansk.
I am Private Belyaev Nikolai Viktorovich of the 82nd Regiment, 1st Battalion, 1st Company, 1st Platoon. We were near Volchansk. We were sent on a meat assault. Those who did not want to go, the battalion commander, call sign Vostok, said they would be nullified. After that we went. In the forest, I saw a lot of corpses. There, I found this card on how to surrender.
After that, I approached the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine, raised my hands and surrendered. They accepted me there, fed me, and gave me something to drink.
I am glad that I was captured and not lying there with the others. I urge at the soldiers, if you want to live and not lie there, surrender.
According to Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center for Countering Disinformation of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, the Russian army is suffering heavy losses, not on the battlefield, but within its own ranks. Kovalenko revealed that non-combat deaths among Russian servicemen have sharply increased, particularly within the Central Military District, one of Russia's 5 main operational groupings. Over the past year and a half, more than 600 Russian soldiers have died far from the front lines, victims of their own army's decay and moral collapse. Among them, over 150 were suicides. Soldiers and officers unable to withstand the humiliation, psychological pressure, and fear that dominate military life under wartime conditions. The statistics expose a grim reality. 32 servicemen died from food poisoning caused by filthy conditions and poor quality rations, while 112 deaths were linked to drug use in just the first half of 2025. Nearly matching the entire total of the previous year, Kovalenko emphasized that these numbers illustrate the true state of the Russian military. A force plagued not only by battlefield losses but by internal rot. Rampant drunkenness, widespread drug abuse, violent infighting, and complete erosion of discipline have created an environment of chaos and despair. While Moscow continues to project images of strength and control, the growing wave of non-combat deaths paints a very different picture. One of moral disintegration, systemic neglect, and an army at war not just with its enemy, but with itself.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.